And we're back, boys.
Yes, sir.
Episode 18?
No,
17.
16.
17. Oh, wait, 16.
Last week was 15, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shit. Okay. Are you sure?
I think.
Damn, I think it's episode 17.
Well,
that's what I've got written here. I've got written here episode 17.
I know, but you've notoriously wrong. Yeah, 16.
Oh, shit. There you go,
You're
boys.
still on this fucking bullshit where we're a week ahead. Remember we lost the episode, right?
True. Okay, so episode 16, boys. Welcome back. Unfortunately, Sydney has just gone into a big fucking lockdown.
But before Sydney, we got to go back to our sponsor, mate.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
still
true.
sponsored by Puppy.
Damn
At
right we
Puppy
are.
This. Go there for all your phone cases, everything you want. Samsung, Apple, the big guys, you can go there.
He
go
does
to
customs as well,
Puppy
so you
This.
can message him for a custom request.
Exactly. You can go at Puppy This to make sure to check out their Instagram page. And if you click the link below, you'll get 10% off your order.
Yep.
Of phone cases. Really beautiful designs. They've got rainforests. They've got fucking beaches. There's some really fucking cool things. So make sure to check it out. Support the channel by using our fucking promo code. And yeah, let's get into the episode, mate.
Let's get fucking into it.
Fucking Sydney's wild right now, bro.
Dude, it's fucking wild. And it all started off with this fucking Bondi cluster. Bondi's a suburb in Sydney, if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And now they've got 12 cases today.
What was the joke you told us about Bondi clusters?
Oh, yeah. So the joke is that no one's taking COVID seriously because Bondi cluster sounds like a fucking granola bar.
Which, for people who don't know, Bondi is an area where people pay $17 to get 3 acai fucking drops.
Yeah, they
You know
would.
what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
There's a little bit of price
It's like a very,
discrimination in that
very
area.
beachy suburb, very rich suburb. Yeah. Fuck. Bro, I feel like everyone's just sick and tired of COVID.
I know, it's like, can you just fuck off now? You're so last season, no one cares.
Bro, I'm still rooting for Ebola, I'm not going to lie.
Bro, that one was so much worse. I mean, it didn't affect as many people, thank God. But that shit made you bleed out your eyes or some fuck.
Yeah,
Like, it was bad.
I feel like it still has potential. I'm still rooting for him because Ebola.
Yo, what if they teamed up?
They could, because Ebola got the hype but didn't have the follow through. Ebola had the fucking COVID had the fucking follow through, but no fucking hype at the beginning. No one fucking cared about it for the first few fucking months, and now it's everything.
Can you remember when we all thought it was just like a joke, like the bird flu or
Yeah.
swine flu or something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
we did.
something that would affect other countries, but wouldn't really attack the rest of the world. And then all of a sudden, fucking a year and a half later, we're still like, well, we're sat here with our dicks in our
Exactly,
hands.
but Ebola was crazy when it first came out, but the virus was just shit. It just died like
It
that.
became a punchline really quickly.
What, Ebola?
Like, oh, this is like fucking worse than Ebola.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, lol.
I think it's got a funny name. It's got like a, you know what I mean?
It definitely has that type of name where it makes it sound like it's worse than Ebola.
Yeah.
It's really, really, it's worse than COVID.
Now,
No,
here's
it
the
doesn't
thing.
make sense.
I saw something on Instagram today, and I feel like this might be part of the problem.
Oh, yeah?
Why we're not improving quicker. And I think it's because of Instagram girls telling everyone to not try hard.
Oh,
And I'm really confused because I do understand that a lot of people maybe don't have the same ambition as others and they feel guilty about it, right?
Okay.
But I saw this post, and let me ask you something. Is this good for society? This is what it says.
Yeah.
Society has conditioned us to believe that we always need to live in the future, that we need to be always planning and reaching for something that we don't have. Let's reject that. There's nothing wrong with staying present and remaining grateful for what we have today. Now, what that tells me is, don't try hard. It's fine. Go to sleep.
I'm not a fan of that.
Go to sleep
I
at 2 in
hate
the
that.
morning. Wake up at 12. How is that good? If you don't want to do
Fuck,
something, that's
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
But
yeah.
trying to say, let's not be ambitious, let's not strive.
I
for
think
a
at the end of the
greater
day, failure to prepare is preparing to fail.
yeah.
So
and
you
I
need
think that a few of these fucking scientists are listening to these bitches on Instagram, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know what? This
Let's just live in the
vaccine's
present.
alright. Who
We'll
cares
worry
if it
about the
gives people a
consequences
few
later.
blood clots?
Yeah.
I'm just staying in the present.
Far out,
Fucking
man.
dorks, bro.
Dude, but the thing is, it's like fucking that Gandhi saying, it's live as if you're gonna die.
I'm not hungry. Wait, what was the saying?
live as like you're gonna die tomorrow. Invest in yourself like you're gonna live forever.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like to live like you're gonna die tomorrow because I feel like
As in, like, enjoy the moment, like you're
Yeah.
gonna die tomorrow. So like, be present,
Invest
be
in
grateful.
yourself is sick,
Yeah,
though.
be grateful, but then invest in yourself like you're gonna live forever, in education, in savings, and whatever.
yeah, I
good
like
memories.
it. Fuck, that's sick.
Yeah. It's a
Anyway,
fucking-
man, how
it's a-
you
it's a-
been since before this? You know,
Fucking not bad, bro. Not bad. Same old. But I think main thing is that these COVID shit is fucking. I feel like I don't feel nearly as fucking shit as I did last year when we had them. I feel like now it's like a little fun excursion.
I
Staying
think the
inside for a week and
fear
a
is
half.
less. You know what I mean? Like back then,
Far
it was
less.
like, what's happening?
Far less.
You know what I'm
fear.
saying? And like you hear about all these like Italians who were like dropping dead, and like it was fucking all these. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Remember those videos
Iran
that first
was
came out with
messed
like
up.
COVID? Like there were just Asian dudes dying on the street, and you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Someone died in Chinatown, which is like right next to where I live.
Yeah, and it was like really scary. And I feel like these days it's like you don't want to get it because we don't know what the side effect is. But I feel like there's less fear of death and more fear of like, is it going to fuck up my lungs, or am I going to be cooked for fucking?
See,
3
I'm not
weeks?
scared at all because I've had 3 close friends of mine get it. And all 3 of them were like, it's literally the chillest thing ever. One of my friends that you know, the Greek guy, he lives in the Netherlands. Netherlands is so relaxed about it that when he was confirmed positive COVID case, his instruction was wear masks where you go and try not to stand close to people.
Yeah, but
So there's no isolation.
I know, but lower population. You know what I mean? Like,
He's just allowed to go to the shopping center.
yeah,
It's like we're not allowed to do that. And
Yeah.
he is positively, he's got it. He's confirmed to have COVID.
I know what you're saying, but I think I've heard of people who have got it bad, and it sounds fucking horrible when you
Are
get
they
it bad.
over the age of 40?
Yeah, the guy. I mean, this is a little joke for the Sidemen fans, but Josh Zerka, who was confirmed to be 60,000 years old, he's like 28, but the oldest one in the group.
Yeah.
He got it, and he was running, I think, like 5Ks kind of every day, doing it in good times, and he still is fucked, and he got it at the start of the year.
Really? What
Like,
the hell?
for some people, it fucks your cardio up. Like, it fucks your breathing and stuff, which is pretty, like, scary.
Since he had it still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, which is, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie.
Speaking of the Sidemen, I've been binging
Oh,
the
let's
Sidemen.
quickly say something. Shout out to everyone. Make sure to hit up the fucking YouTube page and click the bell icon because we just filmed another video today.
Yeah. Yep.
We're ranking accents. We're doing a little
Yeah,
tier
it's
list.
really good. We're
you know,
ranking
dropping
accents.
a little.
It was a fucking hilarious video.
Yeah, so make
yeah.
sure you go there, hit it up. We'll obviously make an Instagram post or something like that in the week, but definitely go fucking hit that.
Give
shit
us some
up.
feedback. We really want to get some feedback. We had a lot of feedback in the podcast, and it really helped. So
Yeah, and don't worry, we're not gonna stop with the podcast.
Absolutely
podcast every week, but we're gonna try and get you an extra video. You know, like 8 to 20 minutes. Who knows, somewhere in that range.
something to
every
take a
week.
shit to, you know, because you
Yeah.
can't take a shit while watching a fucking podcast.
Exactly.
bit more
Anyway,
convenient.
you're talking about Sidemen.
Oh yeah, I was talking. So I've been watching a lot of their videos because their shit is fucking so much. It just looks like a lot of fun to do the things that they
It
do.
does look a lot of fun, doesn't it?
But something that fucking it doesn't bother me that much. But with the theme of the
Annoy
podcast,
Basil.
yeah, going with the theme of podcast, something that I fucking don't like that they do. I feel like they don't take their challenges very fucking seriously. Like they'll have a 10,000 calorie challenge, which by the way, I think I'd be able to do that before lunch. I don't think it's very difficult. Yeah, everyone in there gets fucking 3,000 calories in and then they've quit.
Yeah,
KSI ended it eating only 1,800 calories. What the fuck is that?
I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. But at the same time, if you took everything super seriously, it wouldn't be fun.
I
So
think
there's got to be a
yeah.
hybrid. Like there was this game, they did drunk bingo the other day, and some of the teams were taking it like super seriously, like marking everyone's down. And then KSI's team, so it's called Hijingo. But imagine like, you know, when you get bingo, you shout out bingo.
Yeah.
Right. And they had this machine which will tell if you got the numbers or not.
Oh, really?
And they were playing, you know, the penis game where you're like penis.
Yeah.
Then the next time's penis.
Yeah.
Penis.
Penis.
They were playing that with Hijingo, like KSI's team. So each one kept saying it until eventually the people caught on and the game stopped. And then he does it. And if you get it wrong, you have to do a shot. So they were just fucking around the entire video. And they made the video so much more funny. So I think it's a weird hybrid. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely agree with you on the challenges. But yeah, I don't know. You do have to think about content as well.
Yeah. I would love to do that type of content though. Like they're just like fun shit, but make it funny and just have the natural bands that we have, but
Yeah.
doing some fun activity. I think that's something that we can probably explore later in the YouTube though.
Yeah, 100.
Hell
I mean,
fucking
we're going to
game.
have, we're confirmed we're going to have our mate, Hey, I'm Aaron, on the podcast probably in the next month or so.
We're going to get housemate fucking Chris as well.
Yes, sir.
So he's going to be on the podcast
So
too.
maybe we can start introducing some people and we'll be able to have some things. Also with the YouTube videos, we're definitely open to suggestions. So if you've got ideas, we're going to mix it between, like we're going to move the Q&A to the YouTube, we thought, just because it takes quite a bit of time on the podcast. So we're going to keep the podcast fast for you. And we might even chuck in some fucking games. I know a lot of you guys were interested in seeing that in the past. But yeah, anyway. Bro, I was thinking about this thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the idea of being able to say, like, if I say it, I mean it. Or, like, word is bond.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
statements sound fucking so sick. But the amount of times I wake up to go on a 5K run at, 5 in the afternoon, or 5 in the morning, and I'm just like, bruh, shut the fuck up. Who cares? Word is bond. What kind of dumb statement is that, bro?
I'm not gonna
Like,
lie. It's gonna
suck my dick.
Jamo's the type of guy who will tell you he's coming at no specific time, and it happens when it happens, and let it be.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it is what it is. The amount of times Baz is like, yo, what time are you coming? And I'm like, bro, I don't want to give you a time to then be late to that time. Just let it happen. Stop fucking trying to pretend like you're doing something beforehand.
Oh,
man just wants to know when to have a wank before, you know? Like,
okay, I think
let
when
it be.
I don't want to go into this rabbit hole, but essentially when it comes to
That
saying that your
Beatles song,
word is
Let It Be, was written about me coming to do the podcast. Joe, shut the fuck up, let it be, bro.
Anyway, so when it comes to saying that your word's your bond, I think that matters in a business context, but when it comes to like some things, it matters less.
Like, think about it this way, right? If your chick is like, I'll give you head as long as you give me head after, word that isn't bond. You know what I mean? No. Sorry. You thought word.
No, honestly, and when I gave you that deal, I thought I was going to do it too. Then I came and I'm reneging on the deal.
Yeah, no, look, you can't judge me based on that. I was impaired. You know what I mean? No, I wasn't thinking straight. I don't know. Someone sent me an alcohol or something like that.
Bro, there's literally nothing worse. Okay, here's a question for you. Is it manipulation if a girl asks you a serious question just before you're about to have sex?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's not admissible in court.
It's asking under duress.
Think about it. If she is like working up, touching your thigh, you're getting all fucking hot and bothered, and she's like, "Would you assassinate a fucking president?" You're like, "Yeah, whatever you think." That's fucking not a real statement.
That's
bro.
duress.
The CIA can't take it. I think it's not admissible in court, like a polygraph test.
Bro, it's under duress. You're horny.
Or under durex.
Oh,
love sex durex. That's all I'm saying, bro.
You're under durex.
Bro, is there anything worse than having sex with condoms? Anyway, moving on.
Oh, that's fucking hitting a fucking spot for me, bro. That's hitting a tough spot for me right now. But yeah, I'm telling you that if you ask serious questions to a guy before you're about to have sex, do not expect to get an honest answer. It's a dumb thing to do for the woman, and don't fucking hold the guy to it because he's not going to stick to it.
If you want, you know how a lot of times girls will complain like, I just wanted to complain and he just gave me solutions.
Yeah.
If you just want to complain, do it beforehand, because the guy will be super attentive because be like, yo, I'm just trying to get my dick sucked. Let's just get through this part,
Yeah.
If you want answers, ask after.
Exactly.
You'll get fucking facts afterwards.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, if they ask after, it could ruin the vibe. Because if it's like a relationship fucking, what's it called? Like a
what are we?
Yeah, commitment question.
Do you love me?
Then it's like, oh fuck, like
You might get something that's a little bit too honest. It's
say
like,
again?
It's like, you just nut and she's like, oh yeah, do you think I'm pretty? And you're like, look, sometimes when you wear that dress, I just don't like it.
That's the thing. Right after nutting, that's the red zone. That's when everything suddenly seems like you'll have a lovely fucking wank to one of the top hentais, and then as soon as
why is Bas is he getting paid? Right? I feel like fucking HentaiMedia.com is sponsoring Baz without telling me, because he's brought this up on fucking 4 podcasts about how sick it is. He's like, no, but just the way that it opens up. I'm like, dude, chill.
No, because I'm telling you, if you watch hentai or any sort of porn, hentai especially on hentaihaven.com/milkbucket. So
10% off, you know what I mean? They'll do you a personal drawing if you want. Like a caricature from a fucking old guy on the street, except you're getting fucked by a tentacle. Anyway.
So if you watch hentai, and then as soon as you come, you suddenly think, what the fuck was I watching? Like what is this weird tentacle shit that I'm watching? But 10 seconds earlier, you were fucking engrossed in it. So as putting it forward now to the real world, it's a dumb thing to ask any question that you would be worried about a brutally honest answer for.
Bro, okay. Since we're kind of on the topic of porn, I've got a real question.
Okay.
And this is an intellectual question, so we got to approach it seriously, but also,
okay,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to know, are step siblings actually off limit? And at what point does it become really fucking weird? Like, if your dad marries some chick and they have a daughter who's your age, it's not like they're not relatives the next day. Like, is it some fucking, is it like the abortion debate where some people believe like, oh no, your step siblings the second they get married, and other people say, okay, it's fine, but after 6 months it gets a bit weird. It's a little bit like murder. You know what I mean? Like, how does that shit work? Because I feel like at one point they are simply a hot person who lives in your house and your dad's fucking their mom.
I don't think at any point it's fucking sibling. It's like, okay, what if you have 2 siblings? But this isn't
That's trying to be like, look, I fucked her. Who
Yeah.
cares? Jordi El Nino did it.
Here's another version of the same exact question. So, 2 children, both adopted, but adopted at the age of 3, and have been
you're
raised
fucking
up
your
next to
sibling
each
then.
other. Huh?
You're fucking your sibling then, bro. You grew up with them.
Yeah.
It's different when a hot chick just moves in your house.
If it's just like, how old was it in your circumstance?
Like if fucking one of the Bradys fucked Marsha, she came in at 16, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is at that page.
Honestly, I don't think it would be that bad. Like, it is what it is, and it's like if she's hot, then she's hot. Even if she is your real sister, like I mean,
Is it like?
joking.
But here's the funny thing: if you marry a girl and your dad fucks her mom, that there's no like relation. They're not related.
Yeah.
Like at least by we
And
have
you're not
words for
related,
the
so-
other thing.
yeah.
Like if they get married, that's our step sibling. But it's not like if you fuck a chick, that's your step mom or some shit like that.
Would it be weird if you went on a double date? So your mom and her mom and your dad, and then you and her.
I feel like the dad and the son would find it way less weird than the mom and the daughter. I think the idea of the mom, because imagine if it's like the opposite, where it's like her dad's fucking your mom, and it's like, oh, I don't know about that, bro. I'm not a fucking fan of this shit.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, and I'll tell you what's actually weird because it sounds completely normal. So if you're dating a girl, right?
Yeah.
And she's raised up by a single mom, and your dad is a divorcee or whatever. If he then fucking if you meet the parents and then suddenly they have great chemistry, that's not that weird.
But if you're both together, I guess it's weird.
I don't think it's that weird at all. If
I know,
anything,
but
it's beautiful. Then she's fucking more than happy to come to your place and stay over for multiple days because the mum will be there too. And then you'd all have to live in like some weird family. That'd be fucking extremely weird. Actually,
It's
now
a
that
weird
the more that I
family,
think
bro.
about it, it's actually fucking extraordinarily weird. That's like some
Because if you
weird.
fantasize about her mom, you're not just fantasizing about her mom, you're also fantasizing about your dad's wife.
Yeah, and your stepmom.
Yo, that's mad incestuous.
And your step sibling is your girlfriend. But that's the reason
So you're
why.
suddenly fucking your sister now.
No, but it's your dad's fault because you were the one who did it. Like you were the one who started this. So it's like he's fucking your mum. But he's allowed to do that because he's your dad. Oh, that's fucking.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
terrible.
Christ.
That's a terrible
Fucking
fucking
hell.
circumstance. Jesus, this is the thing with overly complicated things. You know what I noticed that I fucking kind of bothers me a little bit?
Yeah.
Long words that have no real meaning.
Like what?
Filmography.
What do you mean? It's a study of film.
No, filmography is literally mean films. So it means like what? So you see, what's David Attenborough's filmography? List of films.
I don't think that's what it means.
That's what it is. That's where I got it from.
Filmography.
Yeah. So the other day I was looking for Seth Rogen movies, typed in Seth Rogen movies, and it said Seth Rogen filmography.
Filmography meaning. We're doing it live. You're right. It's like it's like discography for
Exactly.
But why is that bad? It's a word.
Well, I feel like it's an unnecessary word. You could just say movies.
So what?
You could just say film.
What's the issue?
Well, it's not just filmography. That's just an example.
What's another one?
I'm just saying like it's an unnecessarily long word that you would never use. Why is it still in the
You
in
sound
the
like the
dictionary?
Carl Pilkington of this show.
You know what it sounds like?
What?
It sounds like one of those people that have a Spotify playlist. They keep on adding songs, but never remove songs.
We're gonna make
now,
like that.
Now they've got 1,700 fucking
We're gonna
songs.
mate like that.
Huh?
You got a mate like that.
Yeah, bro. Now you got 1,700 fucking songs in your liked songs, and you keep skipping. It's like, okay, well now we've
Nah,
got
I'm a
shitty
skipper.
words. Huh?
I'm a skipper.
I hate skipping songs.
I
bro.
know it annoys me that you do.
Bro, it's like my fucking liked
We're on
songs
the
only
fucking
has a few
session.
hundred.
Baz is like sat there for fucking. We're just like, yo, skip the song. He's like, no, I'm against it.
I hate skipping
Like, bro,
songs,
this is
bro.
not the time for that. It's a shit
this
song.
is the thing, bro, because all songs have a certain flow to them. And it's like, you need to firstly, this whole idea of I'm going to skip to something better is not a good mentality because then you will never be satisfied until you find maybe 1 in 10 songs will be good enough for you to listen to. If you just listen to the song that's available, you will have a great time.
Nah, but it's different
And if you
because
don't like
you're
it, remove it
listening.
from your playlist.
You're listening to fucking like songs without words most of the time, or maybe they just
Some
have a
do.
chorus.
Yeah.
But it's very different if you're listening to rap or fucking
Why?
like pop.
How's it different?
Because you're wanting to hear this. It's not just the beat. It's not just the flow. It's the fucking lyrics as well.
It's the exact same thing for any music.
Nah, because sometimes you just feel like one vibe, and sometimes you feel like other.
I get what you're saying.
Sometimes you feel like you want some DMX because you're trying to fuck the world, and the other time you're trying to listen to some Ariana Grande because you feel like a pop princess. It is what it is.
Okay, so assuming, I still feel like if you just press shuffle, put your phone away, and maybe the first song you might not like immediately, but if you give it 30 seconds, let it get to the chorus, then you'll start fucking vibing to it, and then suddenly every song will feel like a banger. If you start skipping though, you'll never get to where you want to get to because you don't give any song a chance.
No, see, I agree and disagree at the same time. If I'm going on a run, I won't skip any songs because I know once I do, I'm allowing that skipping to happen.
Exactly.
However, if I'm not going on a run and I'm trying to go for a certain vibe, I'll definitely skip because I'm like,
okay,
if it's not feeling like it.
If we're talking just before a set, obviously I'm picking a good song. I'm timing it up with my drop. Like everything needs to be
started
perfect.
not doing that. I held it too long and I did a shitty drop. Like it was the idea. It's kind of like skipping. It's like if you allow yourself to skip, it's not going to be good unless you're skipping to the right song. But if you don't allow yourself to skip, you just do well. And I was trying to time my bench to drops, and then I missed a drop once, and then something fucked the setup. And I was like, no, I can't allow myself to have the drop in order to do it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but for me, I always find when do you think is the perfect time for the drop to happen? On the first rep or what?
Yes, I think maybe the first push up might be good, but I was always doing it with like, as it was dropping, I would then lift it off and then it would fuck it up.
Nah, so I always want the drop to happen around 65 to 70% of the fucking way of my full set. So if I'm doing 10 reps, drop is at 70%.
Really?
Yeah, because the drop is the hype part, and it's only hype for 5 seconds. So that's what pushes you through it. And think about it, like you're pushing through rep 5, 6, 7, then drop happens, and then you're fucking keen to push them more.
Yeah, fuck.
I hope the audio wasn't fucked there because I was moving the mic a little bit. But so it might sound like I was bench pressing you. But essentially, that's what my thoughts are on that one.
Yep. We're talking about gym now. Yo, okay. I got to shout it out to Enzo.
Oh, yeah?
He's one of the listeners. I've been listening for a long time. Shout out, mate. He brought up an interesting topic, which is that of karma. But he...
Do you believe in karma, by the way?
Well, let's talk about it. He gave us a story. So he said, so I don't believe in karma, but I think sometimes I can't help but think about it. So the other day, I'm cheering because I just got my first fat salary and I'm looking for wireless earphones. But I give up because let's be honest, paying £250 in one go is not worth it. Exactly the next day, my normal iPhone earphones stopped working on one side and the other gives a weird feeling in. So in the end, he ended up buying it. He doesn't know if the universe was trying to tell me to go fuck myself or Apple was sabotaging me to buy their ugly ass AirPods. But either way, he got fucked up. Well, either way, they got fucked up because I bought a Samsung. Anyway.
Good things, bro.
But anyway, yeah, it is an interesting topic because I am so fucking torn about this because I'm not a religious man myself. So spirituality hasn't crept in a lot of things.
Yeah.
However, I'm weirdly superstitious.
Okay. So do you believe in karma?
I don't know. Well, do you know why? This is why. I remember once after a night out, I just spontaneously bought, it was with you actually, I spontaneously bought a fucking bottle of water and a banana and I gave it to a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, cheers. And that was it. And I was like, fuck this guy. I want to take it back there.
I was with you and I was like, that was very, very, that wasn't even worth the $2 you spent.
Exactly. And I realized I was only doing it because I thought like that would be nice. But I don't know if I'm thinking like, I put out good energy and I get, because I think the secret is the dumbest shit in the world. I think the idea when someone starts talking, yeah, no, I know, but you're wrong.
Disagree.
You're wrong. It's the laziest fucking idea. It's like, oh, just imagine something happening and it'll happen. It's like, no.
It's not about imagining, it's about believing it.
It doesn't matter. If you're not doing stuff for it, it's fucking lazy.
Yeah, well, then you don't believe it.
That's not true.
Like
a lot of people truly believe they're going to make the NBA.
You can't truly believe that you're going to build a business and then sit at home and watch TV. Like at the end of the day, you don't truly believe it.
No, you're saying they don't truly believe it. You don't know in their mind. They could still truly believe it. And the reality is a lot of these people who preach this shit aren't super successful. Or they're super successful talking about being successful, like a Ty Lopez or something.
Yeah, I see that.
So,
fair enough.
Unless they're truly believing, their true belief was, I'm going to scam people out of their money and I'm going to do it. And then, hey, maybe, look, that's fucking facts. But, it's more like if I'm talking about something bad happening, I'll like fucking knock on wood every time. I don't know
Really?
why. That one it's weird, bro. I have no idea why, but yeah, I mean, I feel like you'd be more of a karma guy.
No, I don't believe in karma.
Really?
No, I think that humans have the innate fucking extreme ability to correlate things that shouldn't be correlated. And I think that we do that on so many levels.
What about the thing in Ramadan where it counts as like double?
Oh, like when donations count as double?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
or
just
like good deeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just the fucking religion.
Yeah, but that's kind of karma.
No, it's not. Karma is like, if you do good things will happen.
How is that not?
I don't think that is. I think
You do good things and then it gets recognized by God and then good things will happen.
Let me tell you why I don't believe in it, because you already know that I don't believe in good things and bad things. I don't think that...
No, you only believe in good things.
Exactly. No, well, the thing is, I don't believe in either.
Well,
that's why I choose to look at everything as good.
I'm a heroin addict, but guess what? I'm very slim. You know what I mean? Easy.
But yeah, so I mean, if we want to go into this rabbit hole, it's because, which I'm fairly sure you probably have at one stage, but I don't believe that...
Let's find... Okay, I'm going to throw things at you and let's find the good things.
Well, let me explain it first.
Sure.
So I don't believe that good things or bad things exist. I think that things happen. Everything in life is neutral.
Sure.
And human emotion categorizes it as good or bad. But at the end of the day, it's all neutral. And if you looked at it from another person's perspective, he wouldn't give a shit either way.
Right. Okay, let's play the game. Yeah. Okay, you got bit by a snake.
Then
a poisonous snake.
What happened after that?
No, you just got bit by a snake.
At the time?
Is it a good thing or a bad
thing? It's a neutral thing.
Why is it neutral?
People get bit by snakes all the time.
You're going to die though.
Well, do you die?
No, you're going to die.
Then call the ambulance.
How is it not a bad thing?
Fucking, what do you mean?
How is it not a bad thing?
Well, because you don't know what happens after.
Okay, you drop the soap in prison, you bend over, as you bend over, right in your ass. Good thing or bad thing?
Are you gay?
No.
See? Oh,
No.
Well then if you're not gay, well then fucking maybe you are now, and maybe you learned it. I'm just saying that.
Yo, I don't.
If
get
you look
that.
at a thing in isolation, you can easily categorize it. But
we both have, we've had fun before.
Yeah.
Not with each other, Jesus.
Not in jail.
So my question is, when people say don't drop the soap, how small are these homosexual predators' penises that if you drop it that 1 second, it just fucking slips right in, bro? Like, have no one ever fucking had the thing was like, slowly.
Bro, I saw this YouTube video about this guy who actually went to prison, and he talked about things like, common misconceptions. And he said about dropping the soap. So when you drop the soap in prison, if anyone actually picks it up, it's more that they get berated by people being like, can't believe you fucking you picked up the soap, dickhead. So you get more,
like,
you get talked shit on. Yeah, you get talked shit on more than someone goes behind you and slips the dick in.
So that's like the equivalent of the fucking having your right ear pierced in prison.
Yeah, literally.
Dropping the soap.
Yeah, no picking up. But I'm not going to lie, I've dropped some soap before in the shower and I felt a bit homosexual picking it up. Not that there's anything wrong, but I felt fucking worried that someone was there.
How did you do it? Did you like bend at the waist instead of like squat down?
You have to bend from the waist. While on the move.
Baz is just presenting. Baz is like a peacock, flowing his fucking feathers out of the air.
You know what they say, when in Rome. You drop your soap.
Yo, what's with fucking animals doing these stupid dances to try and get girls, bro?
Animals?
You fucking hear about like penguins. Yo, penguins are the biggest simps in the world.
Are they?
There are these fucking penguins that like go collect rocks and make a pile of rocks, and then if they've got a big pile of rocks, the fucking bitches come up and be like, "Oh yeah, look at this guy, he got bank."
That's a real thing. You're
like,
joking.
I feel like they've never read the game or something, and they don't know about like wearing a fucking funny hat or painting your toenails or something like that to try and like attract women. Like,
bro,
fucking stupid.
Actually, what is it with guys painting their nails?
It's that.
Is that actually a real, an attractive thing for chicks?
Well, I think, I'm pretty sure it was one of those things in the game. Like, I think in the game it was meant to be people wear like silly things, like they'll wear a top hat to the club. And
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, I think Andrew Schultz, a comedian, he was talking about like back in his 20s, he like read it and did all that shit. And like he painted his nails black or something.
And it worked?
Well, I think the idea is in a club, there's fucking, a good looking girl will get approached by 200 guys a night or whatever, right? And anything you can do to not be guy 10 or guy 1, because chances are you're not going to be the best looking guy in the club.
Probably
suddenly,
not.
You're the guy with the black nails or black painted nails, and then suddenly she's like, "Why is that there?" And maybe you pull it off, and that's good.
And she thinks about
But even
that.
if still, yeah, exactly. It's the extra thought that separates you from every other fucking guy there. And maybe you still don't pull, but you're immediately put up compared to a guy, or compared to all the guys you're better looking than. But also just like a normal guy who maybe you're on the same level as, because you look more interesting. There's more mystique to it.
Yeah,
I think that's the idea.
Yeah. There's a guy that I follow called the Naughty Nomad. He's an Irish guy who lives in Malta.
Yeah.
And he wears a fucking eye patch. He calls himself like something pirate. He wears an eye patch and a fucking top hat. And he says that he claims that he fucking pulls a lot, but he has an online blog that I read.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like I don't know why, but if you're like from the UK or Australia or the States and you live in one of these kind of small coastal towns that are based around tourism, like Malta or like a lot of the Asian countries where
and money laundering.
Yeah, it just feels weird to me. I just feel like you're here because...
Well, he owns, I think, like 2 or 3 pubs or bars, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what he does.
Do you know what it is? I'm basing this purely off the Aussies I've met in Thailand and judging other people. So forgive me if you don't meet the stereotype. But like, you'll meet these Aussies who've just fucked up to Thailand because they want to get some like fucking third world wife and fuck hookers every night. And it just like, it's never an ambitious person. It's always someone who wants to live life on easy mode. And it just feels a bit... It reeks of like crime, I feel like.
But this is okay. I don't know if you want to go this deep, but what's the point of living life on easy mode or hard mode? What does it lead to? At the end of the day, you both end up dying.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, you won't be remembered.
Why?
Because you might be remembered for the next 1,000 years, but 1,000 years is nothing in the space of humanity. Even if you're remembered for 1,000,000 years, not even a blip.
That's
in
true.
the spectrum of time.
Yeah, maybe.
As in like, it's like who are you trying to impress in a macro scale?
But what do you mean who are you trying to impress?
As in humanity will be gone.
Maybe.
And like everything is like, so as in like what?
You think about Julius Caesar,
how
right?
much?
Julius Caesar is remembered and he died in 44 BC.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Like, it's thousands of years. And anyone studying history...
How does he feel about that now, though?
Who cares?
He doesn't feel anything about it. He's dead.
No, but his whole ambition was to be remembered. Trying to be the greatest.
Yeah,
if that's the case, then what's the point of being the greatest in anything? What's the point of success?
Well, that's what I'm asking. What is the point of success? At the end of the day, you're all going to die. If that guy in Thailand is having a fucking amazing time of his life and he's truly, truly like super happy, not
I don't
stressed.
believe they're truly happy.
I don't believe it either.
I think they're bogans.
I'm with you. Well, that's the thing. I think that happiness is a fucking... what's that thing where it's like... I can't remember.
Law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But it's one of those things. It's an asymptote. Asymptote. Where it's like you never reach the axes. You never reach fucking 1. You never get there.
Yeah.
And it's like wherever you go, wherever you are in life, you'll never have no problems.
Yeah. But I mean, that would imply that the richer you get, the less problems get.
I don't think that's true.
No, but based on that curve is what I'm saying.
No, I think there's just like you're in the same spot wherever you are. At the end of the day, like mental health it applies to everyone, whether you're the king of England or whether you're fucking...
No, I know. I was basing this off the mathematical model you just said, was that the more you get, it eventually curves out. And like, it's like fractional. Anyway,
yeah.
I know what you're saying. I agree, but I think like there is something to living a life worth remembering in terms of the ambition and how you feel at the end of the day. Like, I'm personally not someone... A lot of our mates, I think yourself included, definitely have like huge net worth goal kind of things that you're trying to look towards. But like, to me, the difference between 100 million and $1 billion is nothing. And I understand it's a massive difference. You
changed my opinion on that.
Yeah. I personally think in terms of like a lot of people, you always hear Gary Vee talk about like, you know, why were you at that party? You know, while you're at that party, I was working. While you were fucking that bitch, I was working. And I'm like, so what, bruv? Or you just sound annoyed all the time. With that. I feel like if you can't enjoy yourself, what's the point in life? But in doing it in a way where, I don't know, you could inspire the fucking future generations. Like, I personally think that the fucking Western dream, so the American dream, the Australian dream, the UK dream, you know, work, have a fucking house, have a family, grow your family, then you die, then the next one goes. It's just a Ponzi scheme. It's just we're working to provide for the next person who then works to provide to the next person who works to provide for the next person, but it never stops. And I feel like fuck like aiming to have a 9 to 5 forever. Fuck aiming to work till you're 60 and raising a kid to work till they're 60 and they raise a kid to work till... You know what I mean? It's just...
So what's the alternate?
I don't know. I feel like you got to chase what you're passionate about, not just like living easy, but I feel like passion needs to be involved in what you do. Yeah. Like the reason why I love this is because we got an outlet to fucking speak to people who fuck with what we do. We get to make jokes. We get to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're not like, I don't know. Aside from the fucking TikToks, which definitely feel like a grind. Like it's really enjoyable to do.
It's so enjoyable to do.
You can inject passion in it easier.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been doing this for the last fucking 4 hours. I'd be keen to do even more.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, time goes so quickly. But going based on exactly what you were just saying, so you said that doing something that you're passionate about, doing something that you currently enjoy, but what if something that you really enjoy doesn't bring you any money? So what if it's something you just can't monetize?
I've thought about this because I've thought like I'm not trying to say money isn't important to me. I definitely think it is, but it's more like I like what money buys. I don't necessarily like having the biggest bank account in the world. I wouldn't want to be one of those people who, like, generational wealth sounds silly to me because I'm like, I want the next generation to work just as hard as the previous generation. Maybe give them more opportunities, so you know, better chances of education, stuff like that. But I wouldn't want them to like just, you know, like those trust fund kids who fucking like Donald Trump's kids. Like, do they actually do anything, or are they just given positions?
What are your thoughts on inheritance? So say you died, $100 million net worth.
I love the idea of saying I'd give it all to charity, but I just don't see myself actually doing it. But I do you know what I think? I think I'd want what I have, which I, throughout my entire life, never thought that I was actually going to get anything. And it was never like even a thought to me. Yeah. And then I've like kind of semi-recently found out like, oh shit, there might actually be something coming in. But I would rather like people work with the expectation that like, oh, your money doesn't add anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe you can buy a fucking house, maybe you can do whatever. But I don't know. I think as long as you raise your kids right, it doesn't matter. I think you want to raise them to be ambitious. So if they want to be an artist, like try to get them convinced to do business or something like that so they can own their own art gallery, and then suddenly they can have their fucking passion and finance it in a way that works. But like, if you had a kid who was really into art and they were really good at it, but it made no money and they were just living off your fucking handouts to do what they love.
You don't like that?
Not really. I think being self-sufficient is important in growing as a person.
I get what you're saying. And I think that I feel like it'd be very hard to have full respect for someone who you were supporting.
Oh, do you know
a living adult, like 20, 30 years old.
Bro, I think that's why. So in the 70s, where a lot of women worked from, they didn't work. They looked after kids and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And you know, people always said, oh, they had the cushiest lives. They fucking just sat at home, looked after a few kids.
That'd be so depressing.
Yeah, I think that, like, back in the, there was an epidemic of chicks taking Valiums, popping them like it was fucking candy. They call it like mummy's little helper. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they just did that. Wonder. Exactly. And I feel like that's the kind of thing it's not a fulfilling life. And that's why I think it was really important to like empower the chicks to go into the workforce and stuff like that. And like and I think society's working well in that, where there's not the pressure, do you know what I'm saying, to like stay home. But yeah, I think it is hard to look at someone and feel, especially for people like us who we do want to go out and get it. Yeah. You know?
But honestly, I actually wouldn't mind living. I wouldn't probably go to Thailand. It's a bit overdone, but I would love to go to Vietnam. As in, like, what I could probably do is take 6 months off work and be like, I'm going to be going for 6 months. I'll come back in 6 months. And I'm sure most workforces are okay with giving you like a sabbatical. I feel like it's pretty normal now. Like, even if you just say it's like mental health reasons, and then you go. I would love to go backpacking through like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. It's not the same thing. Backpacking Laos, all that shit. Like, just do it. And like, the thing is, if you have a proper job back home and a good salary, like not a good, like you're not fucking making 6 figures, like huge amounts, but if you got a decent salary, you wouldn't ever need to backpack and work in fucking hostels and shit like that. Like, you will be able to live for a couple of months or 6 months or a year, just fucking doing whatever you want, having no pressure, just relaxing, recharging. Yeah, well, not Thailand, but that. Well, like area. In
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Southeast Asia.
I agree. I think backpacking is very different to the people I'm talking about. I think backpacking is good because you're like experiencing cultures, and usually you're experiencing them from like the ground. Meaning you're not just staying in nice hotels all the time where you never speak to anyone. You're walking around, talking to locals, enjoying yourself. You're talking to other travelers, and you're sharing stories. I love that. But the idea of just living in fucking Bangkok because it's cheap and there's hookers everywhere, and you get a rub and tug every day after work, you know what I mean? And you know, you maybe did it because you had to flee Australia because, you know, things were getting a bit tough. Like, all those people you always see, like, because me and our boy Hey Marin, we were in Phuket, and we walked into this pub, and it was this club, and it was like Australian club, but it was in the day, and this Aussie guy was trying to like convince us to get into like to buy this thing, and he was like talking it up. I ended up reviewing, like buying a thing which gives you unlimited drinks and all this kind of shit. And the man was talking it up like crazy, saying you can get whatever you want. I immediately start Google reviewing just in case. I see that it's like the worst thing. They scam you out of it. It's not unlimited drinks. You get 3 drinks you can choose from.
Jeez.
Like, it's always dead. You know what I mean? And we're just looking at like, yo, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he just had that seedy vibe. Like, I used to sell drugs in the Cross and got in trouble with bikies, so I fucked off to Thailand. Like,
oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now. Yeah, okay.
But personally, I should also say, I love people. I love the hustle and bustle.
Same.
The idea of living in like a fucking, I don't know, some remote island in Hawaii doesn't appeal to me. That sounds depressing.
Yeah,
I like
I would
walking
love to go
outside
there.
and being people.
Yeah,
Being people,
me
you know?
too. Absolutely. I think that a place that I really want to go to that I haven't been to before is fucking the Caribbean. I would love to go to the fucking Caribbean. Like Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos.
Cayman Islands around June.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right before.
Oh man, but like Turks and Caicos.
Bro, 100% that's
all
what Logan
those
Paul's doing
places.
being in Puerto Rico. I think the only reason why he's staying after his fight is to lodge 6 months so he can run his fucking 20 mils through the Puerto Rican like system and then go back to LA.
I wonder how the fuck they do that. Like I wonder how do they make that money go through Puerto Rico or something like that? Like, it would be very, very hard to get away with that these days. Post 2017, which is when they introduced a lot of international tax laws that stopped money laundering through tax havens, it's like almost impossible to do it.
I don't think it is. I think that's just the loopholes that we
You
know
need
about.
you need to money launder it like it's criminal money.
But I know what you're saying, but I feel like there's always loopholes that people find, and when they get plugged up, people think like, all right, now it's cool. And I feel like there's always loopholes other people find. Like there's always ways that people can figure out how to do shit.
You know what's fucked about tax law?
What's that?
This is fucked. They can change the rule in 2021 and then backdate it to 2015 and say, why haven't you followed the rule? And they changed it in 2021.
Can they actually?
Yep.
Surely
Because they can say the intent of the law was clearly to be this. And you looked for a loophole and you broke it looking for a loophole. And they can backdate it and they can charge you for all that.
Jesus.
Happens all the time. So that's why common sense. I used to work in tax, by the way. You probably, I don't know if that's been obvious, but I used to work in tax, and they always say look for a wise tax advisor, not a smart one, because fucking at the end of the day, they can easily change the law and then get you in trouble because you purposely try to find loopholes.
Right.
So there's like a lot of the times it's a lot more difficult. And when they say, oh, the rich pay no tax, often it's not correct. Often the rich, like I think factually, I think they say 10% of the top 10% of America pay 75% of the total income tax. Like they pay a humongous amount of tax.
No, it's just like, I'm pretty sure they say like net worth percentage wise.
Yeah, net worth. Yeah, net worth percentage.
I heard this thing and it was on a podcast, fucking Flagrant 2, shout out Schultz. But I don't know if it's real. But I'm interested, Andrew Schultz, the comedian guy. I'm interested to see what your perspective of this guy. So there was this guy who came on and he came on under the guise of being a guy who had made and lost millions of dollars many times.
Andrew Schultz?
No. He was a guy on the podcast. He was a guest.
Oh, really?
But it's more a story that he said about Warren Buffett, which I'm interested to see if you think is real. Because this guy could have been a fraud.
Yeah.
But it was interesting when I heard it. So the idea, it was around 2008, 2009, right? When everything was fucked, right?
Global financial crisis.
Yeah, global financial crisis. So the banks are all fucked. And it was the idea, the way that he said that Warren Buffett gets away with paying no money was that this guy claimed that Warren Buffett got a loan from one of those banks. I can't remember if it was JP. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. But it was the idea that they were giving it with zero interest or next to zero interest with the proviso that Warren Buffett said, announced, I'm taking a loan. And that alone was enough to justify it because his financial expertise was enough to raise all this shit. It was like, it was enough. It was like fucking The Rock talking about a protein shake he likes. Like people, all these guys, Jim Rose would do
absolutely.
it. And I don't know if that's illegal. I don't know if it's just silly and it wouldn't make sense. But it would make sense in the sense that Warren Buffett pays no tax, and everyone thinks he lives really humbly, and maybe he does. But you don't pay tax on dollars borrowed.
Berkshire doesn't make any profit. That's why they don't pay tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they haven't ever released profits. Never given a dividend. Never.
I wonder if you can.
I think.
Can you borrow money against your assets?
Of course, yeah.
And just give them the assets without killing your credit score?
And then just give them the assets, like just default, give them the assets.
Yeah.
Why don't you just sell the assets first?
Because then you have to pay CGT.
Oh, not in America. America, they've got different laws. They have something called the 10. Don't quote me to this. I think it's called the 1042 exchange. So essentially, that you can sell one capital asset to buy another.
Shit.
And not have to pay the tax. So you can keep on deferring it all the way until you finally cash out and retire. which he's never done. He's
So
like
wouldn't
92
that
years
be
old.
how they do the tax loophole
Yeah.
with the fucking
That's how they do it.
donations?
1041, I think. 1041
Shit.
exchange.
Anyway, I think maybe we got a bit businessy.
Yeah.
I want to bring something up, which I talked to you about the other day.
So just to answer your question. So
Yeah.
I think that, post GFC, interest rates were extremely low. So it's not unlikely that they did give him a next to no interest loan. In America, financial advisors were really, really dodgy, and it was really easy to have fucking quid pro quo deals like that where you did something for someone else and they didn't have to disclose it. So it's not unlikely that could be true.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, that's sick.
So the numbers make sense.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I was at a pub recently and I was having a chat with some people, and one of the people at the pub, they brought up this idea which I thought was kind of interesting, and I told you this the other day.
Oh yeah.
What if marriage was like a contract in the NBA?
I totally fucking agree with this.
Meaning it lasts for 4 or 5 years. You negotiate it, right? You know, the longer the years, the less fucking you're gonna get. But if you go short, you got to pay big. But let's say it was 4 years, and that way, after the end of the 4 years, you renegotiate the contract and you see if you still want to be in it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: people always talk about in relationships, people gain weight, they lose interest, they stop
lose
trying,
ambition, they lose success.
Exactly. So it's like, and the thing is, it's not against any particular person, because the men and the women, because obviously you hear men complaining about marriage probably more than women, but like still in the same way,
People get comfortable, essentially.
yeah. And I think a lot of women often complain that the men just stop caring and trying to like fucking be romantic and
And I
shit.
totally agree that if you have to opt in, if you have
Yeah.
to actively work to renew the contract and continue another 4 years, then people are going to ramp up their exercise. They're going to get in shape. They're going to get their money right, so that the next time, so they're like, I want my wife to opt in to renew it for another 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what's funny? I feel like we put this out there, or whoever puts this out there, and there are going to be mad people fucking against it. And I can't think of a logical reason why. Like, why does it make sense that you wouldn't why would a contract ever go for life? How does that make logical sense?
Well, I think it started off as a religious thing.
Yeah. I mean, potentially.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about then, so a lot of people don't understand. So with prenup, you're not getting all your assets as yours. What you're doing is trying to secure what you got before the wedding.
Yeah. You have what you had when you started.
Exactly. If you got family money or you get married a bit later on, you're securing that, right?
Yeah.
But suddenly, if it ends after 4 years, yeah, you might lose what you made in 4 years, but you're losing what you made in 4 years, not in fucking 30. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
don't even worry about money. Just worry about a normal relationship where they're just comfortable with each other. Both of them don't love each other.
I know,
They
but
haven't
the
had
reason-
sex in 10 years.
exactly. The reason why I bring that up is I feel like a lot of men in those kind of relationships get scared, or women, like any ambitious person who's made a lot of money, gets scared about leaving because suddenly they fucking they're like, oh, I'm going to lose all my money and stuff like that.
Bro, I just think that divorce should be so much more normalized. It is the thing is, the issue is that people are worried that they're 35 years old. If they get divorced, there's no one left. Well, because everyone's thinking that, there's no one fucking there, because they're all too scared to leave their dead ass fucking deadbeat wife, deadbeat husband. And then because of that, no one's happy. But if you just mix this around, if you just shuffle this bag a few times, you would end up with someone that you like.
And here's the thing. I think getting comfortable in a relationship is like one of the worst things that can happen.
It's the worst.
Unless you can get to the comfort level where both of you still have the understanding that you want to try. Because I feel like a lot of people get comfortable and then they don't want to try. If you get comfortable and you still want to dress up, you still want to fucking go out and have fun, that's great.
Yeah.
But a lot of people fall into, and even it might be like ruts. You know what I mean? Like, I've had this before. I'm sure you've had this before, where like you fall into a rut of like, a couple weeks, maybe a month or so of just like all you've done is sat, watch Netflix. Maybe you've had sex or whatever, but like you haven't gone out and done anything exciting. And a lot of times that can be the start of the bad thing. And unless you guys like have a conversation, be like, yo, what's going on with this? Let's fucking do some shit. And then all of a sudden, if you do it, it's fucking fantastic. And if you don't, it usually fizzles out.
Yeah. No, I
Do you know what I'm
totally
saying?
agree, man.
Yo, okay, bro. So I had this idea, right? It was a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Let's say you've got the perfect girl, right?
Okay.
She's beautiful.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Smart, ambitious.
I know what's coming.
You know what I mean? Great tips. You know what I mean? Like,
give it to me.
fantastic. No, great sex. Everything's
okay.
everything's fucking fantastic.
Is she dumb?
No. Really smart.
Hey,
You know what I mean? She's like really caring, smart, beautiful, fucking great sex.
She got like a boyfriend with a 12-inch dick as well.
No, nothing. She's only dated fucking
What's
micro
coming?
penises before.
Oh, okay.
Only, you know what I mean?
Only dated
She
Asian
saw
guys.
your dick the first time. She saw your dick the first time and she had an audible gasp.
Oh,
she's like, "What?
I'm liking this."
You know what I mean?
What's coming?
But, and it's going to be kind of anticlimactic at first, but you got to think about it.
Yep.
She's like a mountain girl. She's a country girl.
Okay.
And because she's so smart and strong and ambitious and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
she does not want to live in the city. She doesn't want to live by the beach. She wants to live in the country because that's how she was raised.
Oh.
And it's one of those things where you have this impasse where both of you are like, fuck, how does this work? And you might be able to get it to a 50-50 split. You're never going to get more on your side than not, no matter the negotiation, no matter how many self-help books you write.
Yeah.
How much of a deal breaker is that when the girl in every other facet is perfect? Like, finding a flaw is so hard.
But she insists on living 2 hours from the city.
Yeah, like
Not near the
that's what
beach.
she loves. That's what makes her happy.
Yeah, and
and
not
when
near
she's
the
in
beach
here,
either.
when she's by the city,
She
suddenly that like all of her attributes wane because she just finds it too stressful.
Like too claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. A lot of people tell me the city's way too claustrophobic.
Bro, I think we're both very similar people and that's why. But yeah, that like the idea of not wanting to live by the city is crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, obviously both extremely city people.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's a deal breaker.
I think so as well.
I think like it sucks. There's such a small thing, but it's like if you don't enjoy the presence of the huge buildings next to you, I'm never gonna love living in the country. It's just a fact. I love going to pubs spontaneously. I love having mates randomly text me, "Oh, I'm in the city. Like, let's go do something." Like, I would not be able to not have that.
And imagine that. Imagine if it was the perfect girl, and afterwards, every girl you meet, part of you is going to be like, "Fuck, I wish I liked cows."
Yeah.
That shit's fucking depressing.
The thing is, I've very rarely, and it's actually at the moment where I am, it's never happened, but it's happened in the past a few times. I've never really regretted leaving chicks who I thought were really good at the time, because at the end of the day, like, fucking no one's ever going to be perfect. So it's about
that's what I'm saying. But that's
it's about compromising, and that's something that's not compromisable. It's like there's no middle ground between being in the country 3 hours off and being in the city, because I'm not going to take living 30 minutes away. Like, that's too far.
Like, I think, and there's certain things that I'd be all right with. Like, if she's like a massive beachhead and she has to live in a place that's 40 minutes from the city, but it's got a good vibe and you can still see your mates, like,
and it's near the beach, I'll be fine with that. I'd be fine living in Newcastle. That's all right.
No, you wouldn't.
But that's kind of city. Like, it's got a city.
Bro, you'd be pretending like it's got a... You'd be like,
yeah, but
see,
it's
the
got
Kmart building
somewhere.
is really tall.
It's got somewhere you can go with a lot of people there and like a lively atmosphere. That's all that matters.
I think you'd spend 2 weeks there telling us how good it is, and then you'd slowly move back to Sydney. And then 6 months later, you'd be like, bro, that place fucking sucked. I hate them all. And you're like, but you said it was so sick. It's like, no, what are you talking about? I never said that.
I get what you're saying.
Fucking...
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Very,
Bro,
very likely.
Complete 180. Actually, we're talking about perfect girls. Why the fuck are fantasy, like, badass chicks such sluts?
Oh, I think it's Halloween syndrome.
Bro, legit, like, it's always like they've got, like, you know, the male guy's fucking 6'4", broad, massive armor on. You can't even see his face. The chick's got, like, a bra on and, like, a G-string.
Yeah.
It's literally like she's got a battle at 1 and a fucking OnlyFans private show at 3. You know what I mean? She's just getting doesn't have enough time to change. Like, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's
You know
so
what's
funny.
She could have that shit underneath the armor and just take off the armor and still do the OnlyFans show.
Yeah.
Why are you just walking around like you're not going to get stabbed?
Do you
bro?
mean on Instagram or in real life?
In games, on Instagram?
Oh,
everything.
in game. Because sex sells.
Yeah.
And everyone knows sex sells. Like, guys know, girls know, everyone knows. Trans people know, anyone knows. Like, if a girl's got her fucking tits out, everyone wants to watch it more.
It is funny how you'll immediately like that character more.
Yeah.
Like, everyone
Absolutely.
loved not Emma Stone.
Mia from Need for Speed.
Did you have a tits out?
Yeah. Oh, I think she had like a crop top pretty much the whole game.
No, like Emilia Clarke in Game of Thrones, Daenerys.
Oh,
you know what I
first
mean?
episode.
First episode.
Fucking episode.
She was my favorite character from then on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Easy.
Yeah.
She became a bit of a cunt later on, but she had her tits out for the whole first season, and we were like, yo, she's smart, she's intelligent, her tits, she's fucking, really courageous.
Dude, she has some pretty great tits as well.
Yeah.
Really,
Remember
really
when
good.
she signed some, like, this story came out saying she signed some clause to not be naked anymore. And you didn't see it for ages. And then there was that Jon Snow scene at the very end. And no one knew if they were going to show you. There was this all, like,
they did.
It was intimate. I literally remember it was you, me, a bunch of the other boys. We're all sat around the TV. We're fucking watching this thing. They're all like, she's like, rubbing him gently or something like that. Then it cuts to a scene, you see her tits, and we're all like, yeah! Those are applause, like fucking England scored a goal and you were in fucking Liverpool watching it, you know?
Those are the
That
fucking
shit is
good
crazy,
days, bro. Game of Thrones was so I don't know. I don't think it's possible. I'm sure it'll happen again, but I don't know how they got that level of hype for that fucking long. Like, we're talking like 6 years. And humongous breaks between seasons. And people were just as hyped the whole way up until the last season.
Yeah, I think one of the important things is rewatchability. And I feel like Game of Thrones had great rewatchability.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many shows where, you're watching it, and once you've had the kind of thing spoiled, it's not good anymore.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones had that perfect combination of, like, kind of witticism and fucking action and, like, romantic interest and stuff like that. So even the big things that was, like, you would be spoiled watching again, like the Red Wedding or something like that. In fact, I would actually say the Red Wedding episode has less rewatchability because you already know what happens. But the random filler episodes where Tyrion's just chatting shit with Bronn,
dude,
just like,
those are so entertaining.
Fucking hilarious.
But the thing is, Game of Thrones isn't actually that good of a TV show.
What are you fucking talking about?
The thing is, they just fucking plot twist it so much. It's like, if you skip one episode, fucking good luck, bro. You're not going to understand what happened.
How does that make it not a good TV show?
Well, that's what makes it crazy. It's like whoever you loved could die in the next episode.
See, I didn't like that it didn't happen as much towards the end.
Yeah. Or no one liked it. That's what ruined it. The fact that they had like, Daenerys was never going to die. Jon Snow was never going to die. Huh?
Daenerys did die.
On the last fucking episode.
And it wasn't a satisfying, like, it didn't feel like Jon was torn, to be honest with you. It was the idea that they rushed this season, so they made it like 6 or 8 episodes, I forget.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like,
ending.
they were only kind of together with each other for a little bit. But there was, like, Daenerys literally snapped into being an evil cunt in like 2 seconds, one scene. And Jon didn't love her in like one scene. It was such a fucking like bullshit wrap up. And it was so funny. I think D&D, the guys who did it, I'm pretty sure they got kicked off the fucking next project they were going to do.
Jeez.
I can't remember if they quit it for like Avengers or something.
What are those actors doing now? What's Jon Snow doing? I feel like he hasn't.
Bro, it's gonna be so.
Were they making fucking bags?
Oh, they must have been, surely.
But I don't feel like there was enough episodes for them, even if they were making $1 million episode, which is like the flagship.
Yeah, the budget must have been fucking.
It's not
crazy.
like Friends, where they were making $1 million an episode for fucking 150 episodes.
Oh, bro, I'm pretty sure they made like 60 something mil a year now just off streaming residuals. The Friends people.
What?
There was a number that came out because they had that Friends reunion.
Because they're on royalties.
Yeah. That shit's insane, bro.
I love the idea of that. Like putting in work today, which you get paid off with in perpetuity.
Yeah.
I fucking love that concept.
Yeah. Although, did you hear about who was the black guy in the Too Fast, Too Furious? It's not Ludacris, it's the other one.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That guy came out. Yeah.
That
guy came out with some Instagram live video, I think like last year, talking shit on like The Rock or someone else because they were holding up the fucking filming. And that motherfucker obviously needs the cash. So he's like talking shit like, yo, can we just film this shit already? Imagine being so fucking like, you're riding so high in your fucking residuals that you just like, yo, we need to make it now, bro. This can't fucking wait any longer, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think the sickest movie would be to make? We make $1 million. We get offered, 20 mil. We're making a movie.
Yeah.
What do we make?
Like what genre?
Yeah.
Or what? Good. I would like it to be like a detective movie. I love detective movies.
Funny or not funny?
It could be either. Honestly, I'm fine with either. But the thing is, I don't know how I would be being a detective because I don't like the responsibility of being the smart guy. I don't really like that.
Would we be acting in a bot? Or would we be like directing it and creating it?
Oh, what do you reckon?
I think acting would be fun.
I think
get
acting
some clout,
Yeah. And it'd just be good to be... You know what I was thinking the other day, actually, which you just fucking reminded me of? How fucking great it must feel to be in the credits. Like, the credits go for so long, and usually you never watch them. But for the person that's in the credits, you're on that movie forever. Your name is in that movie.
Think about how fun it was when you were a fucking kid and you saw someone with the same name as you in the credits. You're like, dude, look, I worked on this movie. It's like, yeah, settle down, Jimmy. It's Spider-Man 1. It came out in 2000.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, that must be insane. Like, your name is permanently stamped on that movie forever. Like, they will never be able to remove it.
Bro, it's like if you were one of the founders of a company and it has something to, like KPMG.
Yeah, and your name's in
You
there.
know, it's one of the. I'm K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be sick,
I
bro.
mean, that would be fucking insane. Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, there
weirdly-
is something
weirdly
about
specific
legacy that's
example.
cool. Like the idea that it sounds selfish, but imagine if you knew for a fact that the day you died would be a sad day for society. Like when Michael Jackson
Yeah.
died, or when Attenborough dies. Like,
I don't think that many people were. I don't think everyone was sad when Michael Jackson died.
I mean, the kids he touched probably weren't that sad.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Probably like,
a lot of parents
yes.
felt really relieved.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's one less risk.
I mean, when he started talking to the man in the mirror, trying to change his ways, I don't know. There were a fair few fucking kids. If only you made that song earlier, mate. Fucking hell.
It is funny with fucking
Maybe
Michael.
Macaulay Culkin wouldn't have done heroin so quickly, you know?
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Dude, that's the
He
weird
literally
thing with,
told us as well, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. It actually meant I'll touch each and every one of you. You know?
Oh.
Bro, the Dave Chappelle bit was the funniest thing where he's like, you know, yeah, I've got a Ferris wheel and a monkey that'll serve us, you know, jelly or something like that. And he was like, it just sounded like he was trying to flex on the kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, how many trains do you have? Oh, only 3? I've
I've
got
got
the
20.
real one.
Yeah.
I've got a metro station right here. You know?
It's so fucking weirdly confusing in your head when you listen to Michael Jackson. Because on the
Oh,
one
yeah.
hand, it's fucking a banger. All of his songs, amazing, love them, love
Yeah.
dancing to them. Thriller, come on, Billie Jean, come on. But then he's also pedo. So it's like on the one side, I want to bang out. It's like listening
Yeah.
to Avicii. His songs are fucking amazing.
But he's
But
dead.
yeah, and it's a little bit depressing. You know how he died.
Yeah, I know. Like suddenly the nights were so much more depressing.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
And
why
now-
didn't you live what you did? You
Yeah,
fucking
now
made
it
the
feels
song.
like it's a feel song and not a fucking vibe
yeah,
song to go out
SOS
to.
as well.
Oh,
Bro,
SOS.
there's no way Alu Black was on that song singing the lyrics before he died.
Dude.
It must have been like he just had a sick beat or something like that, and then the people who control his estate were like, all right, this is how we're going to make money off him finally. You know, like his last thing.
Yeah.
Which is depressing. What do you think about that? What do you think about people making money off other people's estate once they're dead?
As in, like, Chespra trying to live Ziz's fantasy. Like, Ziz is fucking...
I was like, what the fuck?
Very...
Yeah, I know.
I actually don't like that. Because it's like, you know...
No, I don't mean that. That's different. He's just trying to be like...
He's just taking advantage of whatever hype was there.
No, but I mean,
No point
less
of letting it
less of
waste.
hype, I'm saying. Because I don't think... Like, Ziz became a meme.
Oh, I don't know about a meme.
He's a meme, bro.
I don't think he's a meme.
There's a reason why people go to his fucking statue and, like, do the flex thing.
That's because he fucking... Bro, he was a big reason why I
He
got into
inspired
fitness.
people to eat, clean, trend hard.
Yeah, he literally did. He inspired
There's
people
no
that...
way. He was dead by the time we got into fitness.
Oh, no, but his videos were, like, peak.
I think his hairstyle and his fake tan made me turn off him pretty quick. He also wasn't that big for a steroid head. So, like, look at his
Yeah,
because
because he died at 23, bro.
I know.
Like, he died...
Not
like-
even from...
and he
apparently
only
died
started-
doing cocaine in a fucking hot tub or something.
Yeah, and I think he started lifting at, like, 19 or 20. But he had literally only been lifting for 3 years.
Yeah, but on fucking a dirty stack.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
On a really dirty stuff.
I was kind of like, if you're going to cheat, be Lance Armstrong. Don't be this fucking
Yeah.
dork who's got
Yeah.
goofy hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that his main thing wasn't just being a ripped guy. I think his main thing was being like a ripped guy who was like, I don't know.
I think his main thing was being a ripped guy Baz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
He wanted to take MDMA at festivals and take his shirt off. That's
Yeah,
why he did it.
literally, yeah,
Let's be
literally.
real.
Yeah.
Look at hell.
Yeah, man. Anyway, boys, I think we're close to around the end kind of mark.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about this format, by the way, because this one we didn't have the Q&A in the beginning, in the middle, which on the one hand I'm a fucking very big fan of because I like the more chatty style. We got a bit deep in the middle,
Yeah.
so let us know what you guys thought about that.
I got a bit deep in your mum, every listener out there. Anyway,
Oh,
look, yeah, let us know. I mean, we're still going to have some fan interaction, but we're going to try to keep it a bit shorter just because a lot of times the Q&As, it goes for
and
like
then it'll be
20 minutes.
hyper when we do have one.
Exactly, and I feel like with the Q&As, we can make a YouTube video out of it, so we can like put a bit more editing in, you know what I mean? Chuck a few fucking video prompts. But yeah, it should be fun.
Key
everyone.
word.
So,
What's the secret word going to be this time?
Ziz.
Hey, I like it. Yeah, Z-Y double Z, if you guys don't know. Google him if you don't know who he
chest
is.
bra shit. I don't know. One of
Oh
them, you
yeah,
know?
or something about chest bra, his brother. Anyway, boys, thanks so much for watching this episode.
Oh yeah, okay. So make sure to click our link in the
bio,
description to go to Puppy
Puppy.
This. puppy fucking phone cases. They got some great designs. Hit them up. Buy a fucking phone case. Support the boys. You know what I mean? We massively appreciate that.
Yeah, he's
Shout out
such
to
a good
Puppy
guy.
for fucking helping us out. Helping
Absolute
sponsor the show.
legend.
If anyone else wants to sponsor the show, you can always DM us at Milk Bucket at
Milk
Bucket
Bucket
Podcast
on Insta.
which is our Instagram. So that'd be fucking fantastic. Make sure to hit the TikToks. TikTok's coming this week. Stay present on the YouTube. Fucking hit the bell icon, subscribe, all that kind of stuff to make sure
Big bangers coming.
You see the fucking accent challenge. Look, do things get a bit dicey? Yes. When do they not with the Milk Bucket challenge?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is, bro. So make sure you're fucking, you're there for that this week. It should drop maybe like Thursday or something. And yeah, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple, Google Podcasts. You know what I mean?
Please
Help
do,
out the
please do.
boys. But yeah, fucking cheers for sitting through another fucking hour with us, lads.
Cheers for coming.
We appreciate
and cheers
it.
for tuning in. And we'll see you next week, boys.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.